It's with a heavy heart that I do this, it really is. Thank you very much for letting me return this. I'm about to return my M1 MacBook Air because it's driving me up the wall. I bought it because I have a 2014 MacBook Pro, which has been an absolute workhorse of a dream. But I'm editing so much 4K footage these days that I'm seeing the spinny beach ball of death just far too often. I've known for a while there's coming a point where I just need to upgrade. When the M1 chip came out, I thought this is the time. And so I took the plunge, watched the reviews, and I thought this is it. No, this is not it. This is not time. I'm sure it works great when it comes to the editing, but there are downsides that mean that all that's happened is I have solved one problem and created a bunch of new ones. And I don't want to spend 1,500 quid to just shuffle problems from one set to another set. Third-party plugins. Other people have talked about this, but it's really hit and miss as to whether they work or not. And I have quite a few that I really, really appreciate. Cinemagrade Pro. I just come across it. Brilliant piece of plugin color grading software. Won't work. And they have no idea when it is going to work with the M1 chip. They've refunded me. I have to say it was the most heartbreaking refund I've ever had. I didn't want a refund, I wanted it to work. And that's just one. There are other plugins I'm discovering. The Panasonic free plugin to allow their cameras to work with zoom so that you can have your DSLR as a zoom camera. That's brilliant. It doesn't work. And then there's a growing list that I keep discovering. My Epson printer, I can't find a working driver for it anymore. And I've got a bucket load of ink that we were given for this printer. And the ink is worth way more than the printer. I'm heartbroken. I really don't want to have to give up that. And then there's Bluetooth. Now, I've got my wonderful Apple Trackpad keyboard, and I've had issues. I've had the MacBook Air for 26 days, and I've had this jittery problem where the trackpad has been jittery and the keyboard has been hit and miss. It's worked most of the time, but not always. I've put up with it, but this morning I updated to the latest version of Big Sur, which is version 11.2.2, and I thought, okay, maybe they'd fixed it. And the trackpad was smoother, that was great, but the keyboard stopped working. I couldn't connect it. About 2 hours after trying, eventually it reconnected. I don't know how, but come on, guys, Apple, surely this is the first thing that you would want to fix. For anybody who's bought a Mac Mini, these guys must be going up the wall right now that's mission critical, you know? I got a huge, great big super ultra-wide monitor that is great fun to work with, but that keeps dipping in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Most of the time it works, and then it just blinks out and it goes dead, and then it comes back to life again. I'm like, so on balance, all these little problems, and I'm going to have to upgrade to an M1 chip at some point, but I'm going to leave it a year. I just can't live like this. It's driving me up the wall. And this latest upgrade of 11.2.2 for Big Sur, I'm like, one of the top reasons that they listed for this was that it fixed a problem with USB-C connectors with third-party USB-C devices. Okay. Apple, big hint, if you hadn't taken away all the connectors in the first place, we wouldn't need third-party dongles. That's free advice.